Hello friends, welcome to TechnoStack YouTube channel in a Snowflake series. Today we are going to discuss about Snowflake web interface. As we all know, the Snowflake is a software as a service platform application where Snowflake does not provide any hardcore application which we can download and install on our local laptop or desktop. Rather, Snowflake provides the web interface which can be accessed on the any of the web browser like Google Chrome and Internet Explorer. So the web interface allows us to perform various operations onto the Snowflake against your Snowflake data. There is a various options available onto the web interface to see the query history, query result, and the time taken by the query, which we can use to manage the query. Also, we can create the roles and users for the various security purpose. Like we can grant the access to the roles, and those roles we can grant to the users to maintain the security privileges and access hierarchy onto the secureable objects. So likewise, we have other options too onto the web interface, which we are going to see in a couple of coming minutes. But before directly going on to the web interface, Snowflake recommend us to create at least one Snowflake account to access the web interface. So in a couple of minutes, we're gonna see how to create the Snowflake account to access the web interface, how and what are the options that we need to consider while creating the account. We also going to see, does the Snowflake provide us any free trial version or any credit facility to consume to learn the Snowflake account. So once our account is created for the Snowflake, we can able to see the Snowflake web interface. So inside the web interface, we are going to see the different options that are available onto the interface, like the database, the shares, then the worksheet where we actually write the queries, then account section. So also we are going to see the different roles and users that are available by default when you create the first time Snowflake account. Also, we will see the two types of web interface that Snowflake provides us. One is the classic web interface and second one is the Snowsite web interface. So what is the difference between those web interfaces? Also we're gonna see those. So let's go on to our web browser to access Snowflake login page, where we simply write some details and create a Snowflake account. On Google, you can write the Snowflake login page to get the login page of a Snowflake. Once you click onto the first link of the Snowflake, you will see the Snowflake web page. On Snowflake web page, you can see the option called as the start for a free. Click on the start for free option. But before creating a Snowflake account, let's understand something about the Snowflake free trial account. Snowflake says that before using the Snowflake for your client data, you must be or you can learn Snowflake basic or the functionality that are available into the Snowflake, gets hand dirty onto the Snowflake before actually dumping your client data or the useful information or useful data onto the Snowflake. So to do that, Snowflake provides us the 30 days of a free trial account with 400 of a usage credits, which means that you can simply navigate and consume the Snowflake services till the 30 days of a free trial account by using the 400 credit that has been given by the Snowflake to you. Though the 400 credits as directly credited into your Snowflake account, you can consume those 400 credit usage in a 1 week, 2 week or 3 week. It's completely depend on your consumption or consumption of your services into the Snowflake. But the 400 credits, you can utilize those in a 30 days of a Snowflake trial account for the learning purpose. So let's move on to the creation of the Snowflake account. Here you can see the basic form where we need to send some our basic details like the first name, last name, your personal email ID or your company email ID. I'm using my Gmail account, my personal email that is for the learning purpose. The company, you can write your company name and you can select your country, respective country. The checkbox option which says that the Snowflake is asking the permission to send out and some emails or some information regarding the products, services and the event notification to your email address. So if you wish to get those emails onto your email address, you can remain this checkbox unticked, or if you don't want to get some emails or the notification from the Snowflake, then you can tick the check box once you complete the form, you need to click on the continue button. So on next page, we can see three types of Snowflake editions which Snowflake allows us to choose while creating the Snowflake account. The standard, enterprise and the business criticals are the Snowflake editions. Only the difference between these Snowflake editions are the features and ability between these Snowflake editions. So in the standard, this is the basic and the balanced account which Snowflake provides us, which has the very limited features available. Whereas in the enterprise, we have the 90 days of a time travel, multi-clustering warehouse and the materialized view features which are enabled along with the standard features. The business critical use for the highly sensitive data, or if you working on the financial domain data or some government related data, you can go for the business critical. So in the business critical, Snowflake provides different security features along with some data protection facility and some database failure or failback options available in the business critical. So for our learning purpose, we will go for the enterprise edition because we have the time travel, multi-clustering warehouse and the materialized view features available in the enterprise. So just click onto the enterprise edition. Second option we have to choose is the cloud provider. We have three types of a cloud provider in a Snowflake. One is Microsoft Azure, second Amazon Web Services, third is a Google Cloud Platform. So these are the cloud providers where we host our Snowflake account to manage our Snowflake account. So we will choose the Amazon Web Services as a Snowflake account hoster. So we will choose the Amazon Web Services for the Snowflake account hostage. So once you click on the cloud providers, you need to select the region. We will see in depth of these regions. Selection of the region is very much important in the Snowflake account creation because the credit consumption and the other Snowflake cloud provider facilities or the option availability is based on the region that you select. So I am based out of India, so I'm selecting the Asia specific region to host my Snowflake account, which is nearest to my home. So once you complete with the selection of the Snowflake edition, cloud provider and the region, you have to tick onto this checkbox and click onto the get started button to create your Snowflake account. And the final step that we need to do is we need to activate our account by verifying your ID that you provide to create the Snowflake account. Simply that you need to do is you need to go and log in your email that you provided, and once you go to your email box, you will see email came from the Snowflake. Here the activation link that they have provided, you need to click onto this button to activate your Snowflake account. It will redirect you to Snowflake interface where you need to provide your username or the display name that you want to use in future to log in into the Snowflake web interface. So you can provide your username, you need to choose the password, and once you provide all these details, you will see the get started option. Once you click on that, you will reach to the Snowflake web interface. So as I am already having the Snowflake account, I will not create a new username or password. Simply what I will do, just for this video, I will go onto the login page. But before doing that activity, let me tell you what other information that Snowflake gives into the activation email. You can think of that like, when you click on the activation button, it will redirect you to the activation where you can create your username, display name and password. But once you activate your account, how will you redirect to your Snowflake account? So to redirect you to your Snowflake account, the Snowflake provides the unique and the specific URL to access your Snowflake account. That link you can find in your activation email just below the activation button. So as I said, this link is unique and specific to your account access. Why I am telling this? Because if you look closely into the URL that provided by the Snowflake, you will find that the URL starts with the HTTPS, which means that it is a secured link that is given by the Snowflake to you to access your Snowflake account. Along with that, you can find other informations as well into that link. You can find 7 alphanumerical number which identifies your account name. After that, the AP Southeast -1 indicates that your region, and the snowflakecomputing.com/console/login is your login redirection. Open that link. You will redirect to your Snowflake account login page. One key note to remember here is, as I said, this link is very specific to your Snowflake account to login. The Snowflake won't allow us to log in different account by using this link, which means that any other account user cannot log in to their Snowflake account by using this link. So the best practice is to keep this URL handy, or make sure that this URL you have been marked as a bookmark in your web browser. So once you see login web page, you have to write your username. So let me go to my account login page. So now you can see I have entered my username and password. Let me tell you, this link is very specific to my account. So as you can see, this alphanumeric character is different than which I have shown previously, right? And one more thing that I want to highlight here is, you can see that AP South 1 is my region that I have selected while creating this account, and I have chosen the AWS for the cloud hosting. So that information is also available in this link when you go to the login page. So once you enter the username and password, just click on the sign in option and bingo. Now you can see a modern Snowflake web UI. We also called it as a Snowsite web UI. A Snowflake provides two types of web interface as we discussed previously. This is a Snowsite web UI, and second, the Snowflake provides us the classic web UI. The options here you can see the worksheet, dashboards, data, marketplace, and activity, and so on. So these options also available onto the classic web UI interface. These options we will see in detail in a next video. This is the place where actually you can click and go onto the classic web console. So this is how the classic web interface looks like. The options that we have seen onto the Snowsite web interface, these all options are available onto this web interface. This is all for this video. We will see all other options in detail in a next video. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do share, subscribe, and like the video if you really like it. Also, please do comment your thoughts and suggestions for next video.